Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy and I'm from Singapore. Today we are going to take a look at this rather special tuna over here. Alright, because it's not your usual tuna, this is the baby tuna recently launched from Save the Ocean series. So during the launch of the Save the Ocean Antarctica series last year, they had two models. One was the monster and this one here is the baby tuna we're looking at, and both watches they feature this sort of a stainless steel bezel and frosted snowy dial look. And before I continue with my video, I'd like to take some time to thank my good friend Eric at our boutique for so generously loaning me all these watches for my videos. Thank you very much, Eric. And here's more background information on this Save the Ocean Antarctica series. So both watches released in this first wave here. You know, they showcase this dial here that looks really special, features this snowy look of the polar ice caps, and I think they've also added this gradient dial, sort of a full-made dial kind of look, and we've got this indices and chapter ring area that eventually becomes black here, and I think this is really nice design cues from Seiko. And now I'm going to show you what I consider the highlight of this watch dial over here. As I bring in this watch closer to the lens, you can see these cute little penguin footprints, as well as the frosty white color on the dial, as well as the light blue color, all making the watch so exciting. And now with the lens zoom in just a little bit, let's go through some of the specifications of this watch here. It's got a case size of 43.1mm, so I think this is something groundbreaking for a Seiko tuna, because this is the first time we've got a tuna that is sized under 45mm case size. Overall thickness of the watch here is 12.9mm from the base of the case back to the top of the bezel here. The crystal sits just a little bit recessed off the bezel. Lug width here is also proportionate to the smaller case size. It comes in at 20mm, so I would say this is in line with the smaller Seiko divers, and probably, you know, good for the strap changing fans out there. And we've also got a really manageable L to L distance over here. It comes in at 43.7mm, so again, these kind of measurements are unheard of for Seiko tunas. Yet more measurements not found on Seiko's website. This one here has got a bezel size of 38.2mm and also a smaller crystal size of 28.5mm. At the time of this video, the baby tuna SRPG59K1 goes for around Singapore dollars 480. You can definitely go on to our boutique, have a nice chat with Eric. I'm pretty sure you'd get a pretty good discount if you use my name. Haha. And the baby tuna over here sports the 4R35 movement. So this is the same movement as the Seiko Samurais, the date only complication. And I think, you know, this one represents the hardcore workhorse Seiko movement. No issues at all with maintenance and really easy to upkeep. And now let's move on and talk a little bit about the case build quality. And I find that this all brush finishing, alright, I would say this entire watch case here is mostly brush finishing. On the shroud over here, we've got full brush finishing, really nicely done, and they have left two lips over here, the lips on the cutouts of the bezel here, to be polished, and I think this is in line with all the Seiko tuna designs. You normally see this kind of differentiation of finishing on many Seiko tunas. And over here, I'd like to mention this bezel insert over here. Alright, so it is done in a way such that it looks like a brushed stainless steel bezel, but we all know it is not. Right, it's done using some kind of brushed aluminum material, and I think this is done to match the snowy and frosty looking dial over here. So previous Seiko divers, usually they have black or blue or green bezel inserts to match the dial, and over here I think Seiko has done it right by creating this frosty snowy look. We've got the stock silicone rubber strap over here, and this one here is the same design as the newer Seiko divers, and they've done this in very light grey color, and it matches the dial here very well, and it gives all this frosty, snowy kind of look, and I say this is definitely a good job by Seiko. And moving on with this video review, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on this watch dial design over here. I really find this fume dial, graduation dial design looking really good here on the baby Tuna. Alright, so it starts off with this white snowy at the center of the dial, and then it graduates outwards and leaving the chapter ring to be totally black here. And I think this is a really good move to showcase this snowy and frosty look of this watch over here. We've also got applied markers over here on the baby Tuna, and I think this really is a touch of class, and I would say these markers here, they look really good with the silver or chrome borders. And then over here we've also got a really nice brush aluminum steel insert. Alright, so it is brushed to look like steel. Now let's do some size comparison between the baby Tuna and my solar Tuna. Alright, so the solar Tuna on my right here is one of my favorite watches, and it comes in at 47.5 millimeters. Here you can see how tiny this baby Tuna really is. Alright, so big difference here in terms of size, and I'm very sure that people with smaller wrists and even the ladies will be very interested in this one. So we've also got a size comparison between this baby Tuna and my Seiko Turtle. Now both are Save the Ocean series edition watches, and again you can see the very big difference in terms of case size. Here's a look at the Loom Shot of this baby Tuna over here. Again, Seiko Lumi Bright. I think there's really no reason to suspect that it would not be the brightest. Alright, so the loom plots here are just a bit smaller due to the case size and the dial size, but overall brightness is just unrivaled. Coming back to the studio, we have a wrist shot of the baby Tuna on my wrist. My wrist is about 17 centimeters, and you can see here it fits so well. No lug overhangs, not overly tall. This one here fits smaller wrists very well. Hardly any lug gaps or any type of overhang. I would go as far as to say that this watch here is ideal for children or for the ladies if you're looking to get a gift for your family or your loved ones. In summary, I would say this baby Tuna Save the Ocean edition will be an interesting addition to any watch collection because it represents something totally different from the previous Seiko Tunas. Alright, so first off, you've got a case size that is, very new. Nobody has experienced under 45mm case size Tunas, and I think this will go on to become a winner because for many smaller wristed individuals out there, I think they're gonna appreciate the smaller case size. And it's also good to note that the build quality, water resistance and all that loom quality, they did not diminish as the case size gets smaller. Alright, so for those of you who had doubts in the first place of a smaller Tuna, have no fear, right? So there you have it. That was the full review of the Seiko Baby Tuna SRPG59K1. Please come back to my channel every week because I've got new videos uploaded every week just for you. Alright, so till next week, bye bye.